Can we have a one-time proper welcome for Tems in the building today? What's up, baby?
What's good? I'm good.
This is Tems is only her third time in New York. And you have not done New York properly from what I understand.
I have not.
That is such a shame. You know why? Because I feel like everybody I always meet from Nigeria, different places or whatever, but there is a synergy of they like New York.
I do.
And there's a vibe. So you have to be chaperone the right way.
I really love New York. Like, it reminds me so much of like back home. It's the pace is the same. It's fast. It's like quick.
You have hit the gate crazy.
It has been insane. Like mind-boggling.
I bet. How much has your life changed in the past few years?
Oh, how much has my life changed? Well, when I released my first song, I couldn't afford to upload the song. My auntie helped me upload my song.
How much
online.
was that? How much was it?
It was $12, and I didn't have like an international card, so I called her to help me from America. And now,
what year is this?
This was 2018.
5 years.
5 years, and now like everything. I wouldn't even say that I wanted to do this. Is just beyond anything I thought. Yeah. Like, I'm just going along for the adventure. I'm just like, okay, you know, I guess this is happening. This is.
But you wanted it so bad. I have read things where you said, like, I remember in your interview, I think it was the Interview magazine, you did an article and you said that you was like, you would have died for this. Like, you really wanted to.
Yeah, I would have died to make music, not necessarily like, to be big or to be famous or like. I would have died to just make music for a living. Because back home, music isn't a profession that is respected. When you're
that right?
Yeah, no. When you're doing music, it's like, why are you doing music? Like, no parent wants their child to do music.
Because they think it's not going to go anywhere.
It's just not, exactly. Yeah. And it's like...
And then there's so many talented, probably musicians everywhere that it's just like...
It's like... Go to school, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a profession that we recognize. And when you say music, it's like, what? And so that's how people look at, you know, music. So you had
at any point, did you consider being a lawyer, doctor, any of those things?
I tried. I really tried. I tried to, I went to school and I tried my best. And I got a job after I got like a little job. Trying to make something of myself, and I just, after a few months, I was just like, this is not, I'm gonna die in this job and it's gonna kill me. So I need to do what I should actually be dying for, which is my passion. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then it happened, and then it happened fast. And if you even think about the past 5 years, and then everything, and then the additions that you probably didn't even expect. The Oscar the Oscar, you at the Oscars, the Grammys, the just all of it.
It's insane.
The charts,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really actually crazy. I didn't know or pay attention to charts like before I released music. I didn't know what I was like, okay, playlist. I didn't know what that meant. Like, it's all new. It's all new.
Good for you, baby. And then what about the fame part? How's that going? How are you dealing with that?
Well, I find it so funny. I'm learning, you know, how to just like, I don't know, find the fun in it. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, that's good.
Yeah,
because people could weigh you down if you let it. I guess.
I don't really pay attention too much to like things. I just find it funny when like people take things so seriously that I do or that I say or that, you know, anything happens, it's like a whole thing. I'm like, wow, you guys are really serious. Wow. everybody's typing think pieces on their phone. Wow, I don't like that. Wow.
Not a think piece.
Y'all are so serious. Like, wow. I thought, well, I was just chilling, you know.
That happens to artists though, as they get more famous and famous. Some people like lean into it, and then some people, like, even if you think like Rihanna, she used to be wild, would say anything, do anything. And I feel like as that fame increased, you have to be like a little, people, they get more protective of there because everything you say becomes, and so then some people handle that a little bit differently, like whatever. So it's interesting to see how you're going to, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, nah, I should be fine.
So far, so good?
Yeah, nah, honestly.
Take me to some of those big moments though, Tems. Take me to like Lift Me Up. You make this song.
Yes, I made the song. I wrote this. Yeah, that was insane.
Was there? You sent it and then she did it, right? You didn't. There was no. Well, you weren't together in the studio doing this song. Or you're not supposed to say. It's private.
Nah, this song is just really crazy. So they came to Lagos and I was told I was doing the soundtrack and.
But how did you even get picked in the first place?
I was told that the actors and the actresses on set were like playing my music and they were telling Ryan, yo, Tems has to do it, Tems has to do it.
Have you ever wrote a song like that in your life? Like,
I mean,
that felt so big and so like international.
I think it felt big because of like, you know, I mean, because of what it was for, because it was Black Panther, it was the return, and it was, you know, the memorial of Chad Boswick, and, you know, it's Rihanna, and, you know, I think it was big because of that. But like, I have many songs.
It's not your favorite song you've ever done.
It's not my favorite song I've ever written, no.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like, it was a moment for sure. Like, yeah.
Did you feel it in the time? Like, did you? I don't know. Sometimes when the world aligns.
Rihanna sang it, so I didn't feel it. I mean, I did feel it. Yeah. I did feel it, like in terms of like the writing aspect. Yeah. Yeah, and when, you know, at the Oscars, I did feel that like, wow, this is something I'm a part of. Which
was the big outfit at the Oscars or the Grammys?
It was the Oscars.
Were you blocking the poor people behind you?
First of all, I feel like I'm so misunderstood. Like literally, people, and first of all, the people behind me, it's a sweet old guy, and before we sat down, he was like, "You're so beautiful. Can I take a picture with you?" And then we walked to our seats and realized he was behind me, and he was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm actually okay." And after that whole thing, he actually wrote a letter and he posted it on Facebook that, "Oh, this sweet girl, I actually loved her dress and we could see okay," because he was trying to like calm everything. I was like, oh, this is so sweet. But also, I was supposed to change and I didn't have my phone. I didn't have anything. So all I could do was just sit and like pay attention because I had no phone. So all the things that were going online, I didn't know until I left. Yeah. So that was like how many hours of things happening. All I could do.
But wait, are you telling me you're sitting there? It didn't even occur to you that nobody could see behind you?
It made. I mean, what could I do?
No, you can't do nothing.
Once I sat down, they were like, "You're going to be on TV, so you can't get up. Like you have to sit down here. You can't go upstairs. You can't." I didn't have my phone. We couldn't get my stylist to quickly go to the bathroom. Literally everything that was supposed to happen, just like.
It was great. It was great.
But it ended up great. Like,
it was so great.
It was such a
you
beautiful.
Looked beautiful.
Yeah, it was really good. And just, you know, being there, seeing Rihanna perform Lift Me Up at the Oscars, that was great. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
You know where I was 4 years ago? 5 years, you know, it's nuts.
Like, so,
yeah,
that was really lovely. But yeah, I just thought the whole thing was funny. People were like so angry. I was like, are you really upset? Like,
they're not really upset. It's just people who have nothing to talk about online and just want to make a big deal about nothing.
I found it so funny. I was like, oh, okay, well.
How are things back home? How is the fame translated? Like when you go home, have you experienced yet, or you've been traveling so much you haven't even really?
I have. I mean, every time I go home, wherever I'm staying, people around me or people around just always know I'm there. Like, oh, she's back.
She's here. She's landed.
Yeah, I can't go to the grocery. I mean, I can't really go to the grocery store here either. But I can't go back home. Oh my goodness.
There's no grocery store.
You can't go anywhere. You really can't. Like, you can't.
You can here, no? not with this coat in the full glam, but like
No,
if you
with
put
this-
like a
if
hoodie and if you low key, maybe.
I have tried that, and I was still spotted.
Okay.
But I don't like to. I'm not disguising anymore, so I'm always gonna be dressed up when I'm going out.
You like, I'm not gonna downplay.
I'm not gonna like try and hide, unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
But yeah, back home you can't go anywhere.
Because don't you cook like a cook? You cook, right? Because you have to go to the supermarket. You have to go to the supermarket.
I mean, sometimes it's not for cooking. It's just like maybe we're going out and we're stopping somewhere to get something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, Nigerians are very like, oh, what's happening here? They're very like interested in drama and things like that.
Is there like a big tabloid? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, here's this TMZ or this one. Like, I don't know. Are they all in
like
your
Nigerian
business heavy?
Blogs, yeah. They're Nigerian blogs, but they're like mostly online. They're not. It's not crazy like paparazzi.
But are they ruthless? That's what I mean. Are they like showing up at your house and things like that? No. That's good.
They're not. Hardly.
Yeah, because in LA, in some
it's
states,
not. It's not that
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
not
nuts.
that. Even today was crazy. Like, we came out of. I did an interview earlier, and we came out of the building, and TMZ was there, and like there was people. They started asking questions, and I found it fascinating. Like, wow,
this is what y'all do.
This
is what y'all be doing out here.
Is this what's going on? Wow, I didn't know about.
What did they ask you, and did you answer?
They were like, "Do you feel pressure to release to top what you've done or something like that? Oh, did you feel any kind of way that they said you were pregnant, or did you feel it's because you're famous?" And I was just like, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that I smile every time like things are like.
That's good.
Yeah, like I just find it funny, like things like that. I'm just like, like, is this a skit? Am I being pranked? Like, where's the prank? Like, stop.
No, that's real life. That TMZ will jump out on celebrities.
Wow.
If you're any of those shows in New York, yeah.
Sorry.
No, in any of those, like, if you do any of those talk shows, they're always outside. They wait for you. They got cameras. They got questions. They're gonna ask you if you're pregnant. Why did people think you was pregnant?
I have no clue.
Was it a bad shirt day? Did you have
I think it was
hoodie?
a bad. I went to a fashion show, and I think the top I was wearing was tucked in to leather pants.
That's so disrespectful to a woman.
And I was holding the coat.
Pregnant? How dare you?
Like, I was holding the coat. Maybe I forgot to sock my belly, to hold it in. Maybe for a second I forgot to.
It could have been a food baby. You could have had a sandwich.
It was because we were eating so much that day.
Oh yeah.
So I think there was like a 2-second clip. I mean, that's why I gathered that I saw like one clip, and I was like, this is still not enough, but I didn't know it was happening until like 2 days later. And it was because my cousins and my mom like messaged me like, oh, this is definitely a lie. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? What's this? And then
what's this?
Like, and then I went online. I'm seeing pregnant. What's happening? What's going on? From where? It's just like, nah, you guys are joking.
Some things I read about you, I'm very curious about. Well, number one, the dress, we talked about that. Number two, you got locked up. You got arrested.
I got arrested.
It was during COVID, right? You guys broke some rule to be. What happened?
We didn't break the rules, but it was basically like set up. It was we went to Uganda.
Yeah.
I had a show in Uganda.
This was during COVID.
It was during the COVID year, but they had opened things up.
Got it.
They had just had like a rally in Uganda, and people were going out.
Yeah.
It wasn't on lockdown, but it was just like the aftermath. It was just after like they had opened stuff up.
How could they arrest you then, huh?
And the organizers said they had the permits. They sent us the permits. Everything was cool. And we went there, and there was this particular artist. I'm not sure now what his role was, but he was just basically threatening Nigerian artists that they shouldn't, come. And after the show, the police came, They weren't in uniforms. They just knocked on my hotel door. We were eating lunch or dinner, my manager and they just came and said we should follow them. And my manager was like, okay, he'll go with them. So he went with them, but they came back upstairs to pick me up. So it was like, who called them? So later on, I just found that there was some like
something weird. That's scary though.
That was so scary. Like I spent like 2 nights in prison.
In prison in Uganda. That's horrifying.
I thought I wasn't gonna come out. I thought like that was gonna be maybe I was seeing this for a reason. Like maybe this is for me to help these people in this prison. Like it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what you were thinking. You were already settling in.
No. I was settling in because for me, I adapt real quick. And as I was walking in, I started to cry because I was thinking they gave me my uniform. The uniform stunk. Oh. And they don't wash it.
And you like an outfit too. You was like
I mean, this is after. I'm this new swag of mine is after I did that. Because before I was calm with my dressing. After I was like, nah, I'm gonna wear anything I want.
So that changed you. That changed how you
really did. Yeah. It made me stop caring about so many things because there's so many. All the women in there, they were there for nothing. Oh, my husband and I had a fight. He called the police on me. Oh, my brother didn't want me to inherit the land, so he called the police and he's paying them to keep me in prison.
So you were in there building with the women that was inside. Like
I mean, it was a small room. It's a room maybe as big as this, and there's nothing. It's a floor with you. They give you a blanket, they give you tissue, and you're just on the floor. And
no bed?
No bed.
Wow.
No, nothing.
And you're there 2 days?
Yep.
Do you know for sure you're going to get out?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't have any ears on ground. Nobody told me anything. Outside people were like free Tems and free Omale, but, inside I was just hopeful, I was just like
waiting. There's no like my phone call. Can I make a call?
There's no calls.
That's crazy.
There's no calls. You can't make a phone call. That's money. Yeah. And it's Uganda in Africa. So it's different. It's different out there.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I might as well make friends. There's always a leader of like, there's always someone in charge of the girls.
You try to find the boss while you were inside?
They found me because it's a small room, Yeah. Once I walked in, everybody just turned and looked at me and, everybody was whispering. They don't speak English. Yeah. Like a lot of them don't speak English. So they're just looking at me and I was like, God, what have I done? I can't cry. And I just started winking. Like, I would see people like looking at me like so intensely, and I just started winking.
That was your trick.
That was my way of adapting. Like that was my way of,
wow.
You know what? I must show these people I'm confident.
Yes.
I must show them that actually you're not doing anything to me.
Yeah.
So I started winking. I was like, hi. I started being extra. Like, hi, hello. yeah, I see you. You. Yeah. I see
you work in the room.
They started laughing. They were like, who is this person? Like, I made such a noise. Like, I was so confident. Like, I just walked in. I just started winking at everybody. I sat down in my corner and I just started like, people would like point at me. I'll point at them too and wink at them. And I would like blow like kisses. And then the leader of the person that's in charge of the girl, she came to me and she was like, okay, so this is my name. I've forgotten her name and I shouldn't have. And she was just like, these are the rules. Like, everybody has to abide by them. If you don't, they lock you up. There's this toilet stall where they lock you for days without food, without water. They just, every evening, they'll be pouring water on you. They just lock you in the store. Like if you like, you have to kneel down if you're walking. You can't stand up unless you're going to the bathroom. You have to kneel down to talk to any officer, anybody. You must kneel down to speak to them. You cannot speak to them face to face. You have to kneel down. They do a search every morning. You eat only once. and you eat porridge.
Oh my God.
You eat like porridge, like a rice porridge type thing. I didn't eat in prison. And I was sipping water. I'll pour water like in a cup and sip it. That's what I was doing for 2 days. Like,
you must have been when you got. How did you get out? So they came and told you.
So
you must
we got
have been
out
so happy.
diplomatic. Like my manager's dad had to go to Abuja to meet the president. He had to.
This is crazy.
Like, everybody was calling Uganda. The Ugandan president, he knew about it. It was, and then they just kind of like the day after, 2 days after, they just one day in the evening before they closed, they just said, "Oh yeah, come."
And they got you
and
out.
then I was carrying a child, because the women have their babies in prison, obviously, because nobody's good, so their babies. So I was taking care of a child. We were playing, and I was even going to carry the child out, because you have playtime. So they said, no, I should drop the child
on the floor.
No, with her mom, that I'm not coming back here.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay, everybody, bye. And that was,
oh my God, those poor women are still.
That was the saddest. I'd still kept in contact with some of them after.
Yeah.
But it's hard as well, because there's some that I don't know where they are. I know all of them are out now. The ones I spoke to, including the person that was in charge of the girls, she's out too.
Wow. That is a traumatic experience.
That was crazy. I think after that, I stopped caring too much about what people think.
They say everything happens for a reason.
It does.
Even though, sometimes you be like, why?
It does.
But it usually shows sometime at some point.
I remember them though. It gives me context. Every time I'm enjoying water, every time I'm enjoying a bed. I remember when I came out and I saw a bed, I said, wow, this bed, people don't have bed. People don't have a bed to sleep on. They're sleeping on the floor. Bare.
When was this? How long ago
this
was
that? In 2020.
Yeah. It might have prepared you for this next round.
No, 2021.
2021? Yeah.
2020. Okay, yeah.
It might have prepared you for this next round of like fame and this big life that you have now, to keep it into kind of perspective. And
I think so, because after that, things
not that I wish that for anybody, but yeah.
After that incident, things just started moving.
Wow. That's wild. That is a terrible experience. So does anybody ever apologize? Do you ever get like an
apology?
No.
Oh no. I mean, I think where I am now is enough apology. It's enough reward for me. You know, I see it as something that was meant to be.
You're flying all over the place.
I'm flying, man. I'm a bird right now. Honestly, I'm just doing whatever I feel. I
love
in the
that
moment.
for you.
Yeah.
How does, I know that you made this, and then there's the Drake lunch or dinner that you made this. You made this
goodness.
food. People bring this up, right?
Yeah.
Listen, we have to bring this up because I find it fascinating that you were in that kitchen.
I wasn't cooking for him.
For his team.
I was cooking for my people too. I was going to cook anyways.
Anyway, but it's in Drake's kitchen, no?
No.
Oh, I thought it was at Drake's house.
No, it was at my house. I was cooking in my house.
How is that chicken and rice though? Is there a recipe? Because it seemed that
it was good. It's good. I love chicken stew. It's almost like a brown stew, but it's spicy and it's like fresh. It's like with raw, like you fry the tomatoes, you blend it, you fry it. Then there's a lot of things.
A lot of things.
You boil chicken, then you fry it, then you use the stock, and you it's a lot. It's a lot. But it tastes really good.
Is it delicious?
Though. It's so delicious.
Do you think that had anything to do with the feature and then all the stuff? Do you think that if it was bad, it might not have gone the same way? No, it was already locked in, right?
I don't think so.
You think it was already locked in? You know, girl, you can't. Drake is such a savage that the story can't come out that there was any kind of association with Drake without people assuming that he was in savage mode. But I already know that you have said that he was a gentleman. He was
yeah, I mean,
He knows he's a savage too if he's watching. Drake, I'm not saying nothing about you. He doesn't know. He knows he's a savage. But you have no fears of that. How are you with guys? Like, are you comfortable around? Like, are you a girl's girl? Like, are you comfortable around guys?
I am.
Because I'm sure they all at some point try to shoot shots, right? The guys.
My problem is I don't realize when they're doing it. Because I assume the position of a sister, a friend. So I'm very, like, when I speak, I'm not flirting. I'm not trying to be like, oh, so what are you up to tonight? I'm just like,
you're not giving them the Tems
when I see YWYD, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm just about to go to bed, or I'm just, in the studio working. Oh, okay, I want to check you. I'll be like, cool, well, I'll bring my producer. We can work.
You're dodging all the shots, probably.
I feel like I've been dodging it for so long that I genuinely don't know when it's happening until like it's in my face and it's like they want to look. I like you. Okay, I'm telling you I like you. I've been telling you since that I like you. Don't you? I'm like, oh, really? I didn't know this. I didn't know you were liking me. Well, for me, you're a friend, so.
Oh, you friend zone them. Terrible. They hate that.
Yeah, I know.
They don't like that.
But I do want to be a friend, unless I don't. Unless it's like,
yeah.
Oh, I actually like this person. So then I'll be like, well, I call everybody my G. But if I call you my G and I feel like I'm feeling something, I'll still be like, oh yeah, my G, but you're not my G.
but how the hell are they supposed to know if your signals is mixed?
Well, because I will tell them. I'll tell them my G is just how I talk. I like to ayo you. I like to ayo.
So then how do you flirt? Do you have a flirt game or are you terrible at it? Like, if you do like them, what do you do? Like,
my problem is I am 0 or 100. If I'm flirting, it's like woof. It's like
we go together.
It's like too much. It's like really intense. And it's either that or I do nothing. And if I'm doing nothing, it's the friend thing. So that's why I like to do that.
0 to 100.
Because I always feel like I accelerate things too much, or maybe I'll look someone too, like, in the eye. And they'll start to think, oh my goodness, wow, we're having a moment. Meanwhile, I was just playing. I'm just playing with you. I didn't mean to look at you. Yeah,
that's really funny. I don't know why I'm always gonna have the image of you in the cell winking at everybody. Why are you telling everybody and winking at them?
As I was doing it, I thought
really funny.
In my mind, I'm like, wow, Timmy, you're actually crazy.
What's happening now? We have a new song. We got you directed the video, which is exciting. This is your first time doing that, right?
It's my first time. Yeah.
What even makes you think I could do that? I have vision for that.
For me, I feel like there's nothing in this life that I should not be able to do. Yeah. Life is short.
Yes.
And I met with a couple directors before I did that. And with directors, they take your vision, but they have their own vision in mind because it's their work. They want to show what they want to show in your video. So that they can't really like put your vision to life in the way you want them to, because they have their own like agenda. So that's the problem with other people. And there was no time. They always take long back and forth. I said, you know what? I woke up. Let's do it. I'll write the treatment. What do you need? I'll go and research. Like, it's not easy.
How do you begin to write your first treatment? You have to like Google writing a direct.
I just close my eyes and I write a story. Like, I play the song over and I'm in a dark room. I play the song over and over again. I close my eyes and I daydream a video.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you make it happen.
And then I write it as I'm daydreaming. Okay, on the water, looking out, talking to the sky, writing it down. First scene, second scene, when this songs come along. That's how I do it, yeah.
Wow. You think you'll do that more? Probably, right?
Probably, yeah.
It's better when you have that much vision to like... Yeah. So you could control it.
Yeah.
But is it more work? Because then you have to also like watch the footage, direct everybody, tell everybody.
Oh my
the lighting, all of that. You got to do all that, yeah?
It is more work, but you have help. You have like producer, you have like the creative assistants that like show, like they're looking at the screen. So if something is off, everybody's looking at it like, nah, this lighting is not good. Let's quickly switch, and I'll see it. Okay, cool, let's do it. You know, so it's not like I'm doing everything myself, but it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I've been I didn't sleep for like a month. Wow. I'm up with the editor every night.
It's because you love it. You clearly love it.
I do love it. Yeah. I love work. I love like art. Yeah. I think that's why I do this. More than anything, more than fame. If I'm not able to make my own art, I would rather not have all this.
That comes first.
Yeah.
Wow. So where do you go with that? Like, what do you see for yourself? I don't know, 5 years. Like, do you have like long vision for it, or are you just kind of creating as you go?
I mean, in 5 years, I will still be releasing music. But I'm also, one of my goals is to expand. I own a company called Leading Vibe, and I'm trying to expand into an enterprise that supports people from Nigeria and people from Africa and female producers like me. And I really want to be in the studio with like people coming up, young girls coming up, young guys. I want to help people write. I want to help people like feel. Like I want to be in the studio. I want to be a helping hand, because I feel like, especially in Nigeria, you don't have training. There's no such thing as vocal. I mean, there's vocal training now, but nobody taught me how to sing or taught me how to write a song. And sometimes you need that.
Yeah. So how did you? You just figured it out as you went?
I just loved it so much that I was
You won like an Oscar nominated
song. I was just doing it without any... I didn't even know if it was wrong or right. I didn't know if I was singing wrong or right. I was just singing.
Even like formatting a song and things like that? Nobody's ever taught you how to do that?
Nope.
That's wild.
I just thought, oh, there's a chorus. I don't sing in choruses and verses. I sing in freestyle. I freestyle. Yeah. And then I noticed, oh, so this is the format everybody's using. I'm sure there's a chorus somewhere in here. And I started realizing, okay, this is chorus material. This is chorus. So when I freestyle, I allow myself to feel and experience the freestyle. And when I'm done, I play it back and I realize that's the chorus. That's the verse.
That's pretty great. But do you have like vision for other things? Because even directing, I would imagine like, I don't know if
I would, I would love to direct other people's videos for sure.
Really?
I would, because I think, I mean, at some point, I think it would be an exclusive thing. Maybe for someone I really, really like, love.
Who is that person? Who's the biggest? Like, who's your biggest? Who's the...
That I would love to direct for?
Or just that you're a fan of, is who's your biggest...
In life?
In life.
In life, Sade. Sade means everything to me. Because she's also Nigerian. Yeah. And I mean, she's British, but... And
she's Sade.
And she's Sade.
Yeah. You know? Oh, I could see that now. I could see her influence on you. Yeah. Yeah, and then she don't come out a lot too. So she comes out. And
that's the life I'm trying to be living. Like,
she's
making her music. Yeah. Like there's a studio I was at like 2 months ago. Sade records at that studio.
Still?
And she still records there. But she's just, I mean, well, maybe I don't want to.
You can't speak on her behalf. I know.
I'm not speaking on her behalf, but I heard that she still records there and she's still making music.
I could see that though. If she does come out, yo, a Tems Sade collaboration would be fire.
Crazy.
Fire.
That would be insane.
Do you have goals for collabs? Is there people that you'd like to work with that you haven't yet? Like,
well,
dream
Sade,
collabs?
I mean,
maybe besides Sade, obviously. That's the you know.
Yeah. Oof. Frank Ocean. He's one of my...
You like very challenging people to get a hold of.
I do.
Yes.
He's one of my inspirations. Frank Ocean, Kendrick.
You should have polyed that at the interview magazine thing. You didn't
knows.
That?
No. I mean, you know, he knows.
You probably learned from too a lot of the collaborations you've done, right? In terms of being able to talk how to put songs together and just the business and...
I mean, the more you collab with people in studio, I feel like when you do that, you learn.
Yeah.
Because you see another artist process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, so this is how you write. I don't really like I don't tap into that, but like it just does something to your mind. It just opens you up.
Are you ever amazed too at like just with when you think about how many artists from Africa are doing so well and Afrobeats and the explosion of all of that, your timing in the world and being an artist, like you couldn't have picked a better time, you know, because if you think about people older than you, maybe who even had who had talent and just couldn't, like, it's not weird that people think, maybe you say in Nigeria that like being an artist is like, why? Because history tells you that it's you can't have this type of success, and it's like you came at the right time and the right when the world could accept it on this bigger scale. I don't know, do you ever think about that and the timing of it, and how long will this stay forever? Will it grow? Because then there's always speculation of is this just a wave, and then the wave is going to go away, and then what happens to all these amazing artists, which would be terrible and unfortunate. I mean, I don't see it to be that, but that is a thought. I mean, with the labels and people spending money on stuff, it's like, is this a moment in time, or do you think, what do you see, I guess, with the future of it, and do you think about that stuff?
Afrobeats,
and
I think it's taking a shape of its own for sure. Globally, I feel like just the way the world is, the way life is, eventually at some point in life, there's always going to be a new wave. Yeah. But I feel like Afrobeats is a strong enough genre to, it's like, to withstand. Just because there's Afrobeats doesn't mean R&B people stop listening to R&B. Yeah. People are still very much listening to R&B, like in the billions. Yeah. You know? It's always there. It's always going to be there. And I feel like same for Afrobeats. It's just, you know, I can't predict what's going to happen specifically, but I see an evolution probably. Yeah. I don't feel like it's a genie that you could put back in the bottle. I feel like it's out. It's now it is. It may evolve into different sounds. Yeah. And it's the same thing when hip hop first came out. It was like, they were like, okay, this is great. It'll be a couple of years. And then it's 50 years later, it's still here. But obviously different evolutions. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. But then also what happens is that then, you know, I see they compare you to other women sometimes, or there could only be one who's the hot one or two. Do you feel like some of that energy coming at you from like the world, I guess, or the blogs, or? I think there's always going to be comparison in general when it comes to like women, especially. Women, especially because of just the dynamic with women. But I feel like that's only if you work according to the law of industry. And that law is that there can only be one person. But I'm not doing what I do to be number one. If somebody else is doing it to be number one, do that number one. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Because that's not what makes me happy. I would rather not be number one and be miserable and be having to keep up appearances. Like if I get to number one, sure. But that's not why I'm doing music. Like that's why in that interview I said I would die for this. That's what I mean. It means that whatever people see as number one is not, I don't mind losing that. As long as I get to keep my passion and my outlets, because music is an outlet for me. If I don't have music, I'll need therapy. So if I can't do what I do, if I can't be true to myself, then it's not worth it to me. That means I'm faking everything. That means I'm becoming a whole other person that isn't me, just so that people can say, oh, she's number one. And nobody ever asked the question like, okay, if everybody in the whole world said, you are number one, you are the GOAT, you are the legend, everybody, we hail you, we acknowledge you as the number one, and that was your life every day, how do you feel? Would you be happy? Would you feel satisfied? Now everybody knows me, everybody has acknowledged me, we bow down to you. What then? Is that where the joy comes? Is that and that was your life every single day? Yeah. For some people, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think so.
It feels like you want it, but I can promise you, you can never handle it. Nobody can handle that. Like, nobody can handle that, because the innate desire to be number one is stemming from a desire to be God. You want to be God. Oof. You want to be the one and only in the world. And only God can be God. But human beings naturally feel that desire. That's why there's competition in every industry. It stems from that human thing that we love to do, to compare ourselves, because we want to be on top of the pyramid. But this is not a pyramid. The world is not. There's a role. Somebody being a billionaire and you being a millionaire, that person is a billionaire to do what he does. What would you do if you were a billionaire?
And would you be happy?
Like, would it help you being a billionaire? Would you be fulfilled? Not even happy. Like, would you be fulfilled in your life? Like, okay, you're a billionaire. What do you do?
There's a lot of people that would say, I'll be a lot more fulfilled. Look, he said yes.
Yeah, you will.
You say that, but
it would drive you crazy. And that's the truth.
Because then what are you chasing?
Exactly.
Once you have that,
the
then
billionaires
where do you go?
The billionaires that are billionaires have goals and dreams. They're in the future. That's why they're billionaires. Because the way their minds think is different. And it is for the reason that they are there.
Yeah.
So be the best that you can ever be. And that's how you're number one, because there's only one of you. But for you to be number one in the world, the number one,
like the music on the charts,
the number one singer, there's so many great singers.
Yeah. Better
than me in the singing standard. I didn't learn how to sing from a trainer or from church. I was just singing in my house. I was singing again and again and again because I didn't have access to that. It's not like America where you can go somewhere, you know. So there's people that sing so much better tonations than me. But it's not about whether you can sing better or not, because nobody can be me and nobody can be you. So I don't subscribe to the law of the world. Like, I subscribe to the law of grace, and the law of grace states that you are you. You are only one, and you are on top of your one. So rule your kingdom because it's yours. But stop trying to rule the world, because it's God's.
Ooh, that's good. That is so good. But it's so easy. Oh gosh, especially for like when you come into this world and you come into this business and people are showering you with things and telling you what's important and agendas, and it's very easy for a young person who's not grounded to get lost in the chasing of something that doesn't even really matter. Where did this come from? Where did you get that like understanding, or that, you know?
I think I had to be at the bottom. Like, I started from a place where, like, lots of people that I met after I became Tems, I had already met them before I was Tems. They just don't remember me. I met them as a normal, you know, artist that will be hopping in studios and be freestyling. They just don't remember me. So I've seen human beings. I've experienced them from all angles, and I understand that, okay, it's not that I'm better, I'm me. I'm unapologetic about being. I'm not trying to be something. I am who I am. Like, I am Tems, I am Temilade. So, like, I feel like for me it's just always having the right people around you. Once you meet someone that also thinks like that, you can just tell. All my managers, the people that work around me, I can just tell, okay, you're someone I can learn from. So I put people around me I can learn from. I don't want to be the top. I don't want to be the teacher. I want to be the student, please. I don't want to be the one that's saying, I'm going to show everybody. No, I want to learn. I want to learn. And that's what makes me feel good, when I feel like, I've learned something new today.
Have you learned anything today?
Oh, I have.
Would you like to share any of your learnings today? What did you learn today?
Life is not that serious. That's what I learned because of the TMZ thing.
Oh, yeah.
And as I was experiencing it, I was really so present in the moment. And I was looking at the woman's face as she was asking me this question. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like you're here. You're
asking me this ridiculous question.
Yeah, but like she's doing something though. And that's her passion. Maybe. But I mean, she's passionate about something enough to get a camera and stand all day outside a building. That takes a lot of resilience. I mean, you keep coming back. Wow. That means you must be passionate about it. About something. Yeah. And it just made me like, it makes me appreciate life more every time that's why just be present, you know. I'm just even here. This is crazy. This is amazing.
I kind of love it. I'm so happy you came today.
Me too.
This is a gift for everybody, to remind her to be present, because it is very easy to not be present. But you seem like you're handling it very well. I can't wait to see what's next. I know, you know, what is next? What is like right in the front now? That
right in the front is all the music I've been working on for the past year, which is exciting. It's also nerve-wracking.
Why?
Because I know what's going to happen after, and I'm someone that likes preparation. But I have triggers, and I think it's just going to be interesting to see how I apply everything I've learned in this new stage of my life. Like,
if you're going to be able to maintain
if
all
I'm
of this
going to be
balance in this,
but I'm learning though. I know I can do it.
Is your fear that the music's so good that it's just going to blow up and your life's going to change even more? Is that part of the fear?
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't think I don't know, you know, the music is real to me. And that's what gives me solace. Even if you don't like it, even if nobody hears it, I needed to release that. Because if I don't release it, like I said, I'm going to need therapy. That's where I release my thoughts, my feelings. So it's about you, but I need to do this. Even if everybody said, I'm never listening to Tems again, I still have to release that music. Yeah. And I'm going to release it with my chest, because I have to. I have to release it. I need to take it out and put it out there. It's my gift, and my gift I need to multiply by sharing it. And whoever takes it, takes it. Whoever doesn't, is cool.
Do you really like that? Don't care where it lands? Like, you're okay with however
I can't control it.
Yeah.
So if you can't control it, why bother caring? Like, why bother like worrying? Just do your best. You know, do everything you can. Be your best.
I love that.
Yeah.
So when do we get to hear it? Do we have dates and stuff, or are we not allowed to say yet? Well, she said, don't look at me. Somebody in your team's going to spill it. Is it soon? Is this coming soon?
It's coming soon, in like a few months.
Okay, good.
Couple months.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it, baby.
Me too.
Congrats on everything. It was so nice spending time with you today.
Thank you.
I hope you keep this. I hope you are able to maintain this spirit in this space that you're in as you go out here in this world and do all this press.
Yeah.
People start dumping on you.
I have a shield of protection right now.
Yeah. What do you do? Is it prayer?
Prayer is knowing that, you know, when God is behind you, nothing can stand against you, even if they want to. It's just unfortunate that
they want to. Why do you want to?
Yeah, some people don't know that they're protected too. So they feel like they need to attack something that they don't understand because they feel threatened by it.
Oh, that's good.
But you're also protected. You're also here. You just need to wake up and realize so that you can join me and we can shine together.
There it is. One time for Tems, everybody. Some people don't know they're protected. It's crazy.